Anybody out there in listener viewer land used to get the Reader's Digest magazine? And am I too old? Am I showing my oldness right now? And in the Reader's Digest magazine, there was always a page that was like a words page where they'd have like, is this not?
I know what you're talking about, but my grandparents used to get.
Welcome to Royally Unhinged, the podcast in the kitchen edition. It's the podcast where we talk all things networking, marketing, a wee bit of wizardry, and perhaps we cook up something special.
We are in Paula's Pantry.
Indubitably. So it's all the things, and we're so glad to have you along. I'm one of your podcast co-hosts, Princess Paula, along with my other co-host,
Dara B.
I have to figure out how to say this. And together, the two of us are Royally Unhinged. That's right, we are unhinged. We're going to go off the rails. It's all of the things. Welcome to season 3, episode. And as always, we're going to let you know that you can subscribe, I don't know, follow.
I think she meant to go into a different direction with that. You can sponsor us.
I was getting to that, but first I was going to be like, we release an episode every Wednesday at noon. So if you like and subscribe, I don't know, it'll find you. I don't really understand. None of my notifications work anymore on anything.
If you like and subscribe when we have a new episode that comes out, you get notified.
A little Dweebledorf will come to your door and go, bing bong, there's a new episode.
Dweebledorf?
I was trying to think of something from Harry Potter.
She came up with Dweebledorf.
And we're off and running, folks.
Don't even know what to say to you right now.
It's a Dweebledorf, whatever's on her shirt.
I don't even know what's on my shirt. It just came from season 1.
If you ever want to sponsor this excitement,
this chaos,
just let us know because we'll come to you. You know what? We are fun. We are a fun podcast.
You know what?
And there's not even a peach monster involved anymore. If you know, you know. Hashtag, because they would not sponsor me. So they're out the door.
Physically, she actually reached out and they said, nope.
Remember that, Peach Monster. One day you're going to come to me and be like, hi, I'm so-and-so from Peach Monster. Will you sponsor me? Actually, we might just go in a different direction today. This has been happening a lot lately.
I love how she keeps saying that it's Peach Monster specifically. That was
the only flavor that I like.
No, it would be
the Monster energy drinks. I think this is actually an important thing. We're going to pause here for a moment. I wasn't going to go this way, but now we are. Here's why. You have to be living under a rock right now to not understand. And we're off. This is why you want to be watching and listening to our podcast, because we're going to make you smile and laugh. In the middle of your workday where you're trying to get the spreadsheets done and you're trying to close a deal and you're trying to get to the next thing, you're going to listen to our podcast and you're going to have a good chortle. And when you do, you're going to be like, I love those gals. And you're going to walk away going, I learned.
New t-shirt idea. Dweebledorf. Chortle. We need one more.
Just wait. Hold on to your handkerchiefs.
I got to write this down.
Okay.
Dweebledorf and Chortle.
So here's the deal. When it, like, talking about Peach Monster. And so I was drinking Monster energy drinks probably for about a year and a half straight. An addiction? Possibly. But it's what fueled my afternoons. I wanted to get sponsored by then. Call it an influencer? Maybe. A drinkfluencer? I wanted them to sponsor me. Not because I was trying to get a bunch of Peach Monster, but I was like, listen, I'm your best representative. I'm all over the place. I'm always taking pictures of me with Peach Monster in an airport, at a beach, at a hotel.
I think there's been journeys that you have actually posted on social media of you trying to go and find Peach Monsters.
Like going through airports, trying to find whenever I travel to a new city. So when it comes to being an influencer, okay, we're going down this. This was not the topic for today, but we're going there. Because this has become a whole marketing premise for people. Mm-hmm. For a lot of businesses even to be like, we're going to find an influencer and get them to help us promote our product. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot to uncover here. And again, you'd have to be living under a rock to not know what an influencer is. And the people trying to make a living
But for those that may be living under a rock and do not know what an influencer
Do tell.
Words are hard today. An influencer is somebody that has a huge following on social media, like huge following. So there's a lot of brands and stuff that they'll do brand deals and they'll reach out to the influencer and be like, hey, you have a great page that fits with our brand. We want you to reach out to blah, blah, blah so that we can do brand marketing with you and all that stuff. So it's literally just people that have such a huge following that brands go to them to promote their own products.
Oh, this is going to fit into what I was going to talk about. Oh, this is going to be a good one, folks. Star, like, save, subscribe, print this off and put it in your file folder in your Trapper Keeper. This is going to be a good one.
Okay, how can they print it off?
Anyway, so I was reaching out to Monster, trying to get them to sponsor me, saying, hey, I want to be, not that I'm an influencer, but I want to like rep your brand because I love it. I drink it. I'm always talking about it. So in my mind, I would be a good PR person for your
brand
drinks.
ambassador.
Brand ambassador. Very good.
Just poked it.
Okay. Oh, sorry. That's right. Oh, I forgot you. We should maybe switch sides.
Maybe.
Healing tat. I just tapped. I tapped her tat. So let's start with the very first question here.
Okay.
Because you just made mention as you were defining an influencer.
Yes.
Someone that has a huge following.
Yes.
What constitutes a large following?
In my head, or what normal brands are looking for?
That's just it. So what is a huge following?
See, in my head, I think it's like over, I don't know, 5,000 followers. Like that's a huge
I don't have an answer.
following
I'm
for me.
actually, the point I'm trying to prove, and that's good. That's good. We will unpack because this is one of those areas, and we've talked about this before on our podcast, when we talk about an expert, what makes an expert. So what is considered a large following? Because it's one of these things that's a little bit ambiguous. I got the vocabulary on point today, friends.
It's a good word.
Where are my English majors out there? Woo, woo. I'm not one, but I like words.
I mean, I think, okay, so in my head, I would say 5,000.
We need to go off the rails for just a moment. Anybody out there in listener, viewer land used to get the Reader's Digest magazine? And am I too old? Am I showing my oldness right now? And in the Reader's Digest magazine, there was always a page that was like a words page where they'd have like, is this not?
I know what you're talking about, but my grandparents used to get
And it was always like the words, and you had to get, there was a multiple choice to guess the definition. I got Reader's Digest because I liked it so much. My husband and I love Reader's Digest. Oh, I'm old. Anyway, I love words. So if you ever want to impress me or be my bestie, just start using really good words.
like Dweebledorf.
And I will swoon. Anywhoodly, back to the followers.
So in my head, I think that 5,000 plus is like a good following. However, there's really big brands out there like Monster, for example, or even just take some of the other big brands like Nike or basketball or sports are just going to my head now. So
Sports
Adidas
ball.
or New Balance
It's
or
Adidas.
blown right past that. So like they are a huge worldwide brand. So I feel like in their world, the number of followers has to be like over 100,000 or like 200,000.
This is one of these things, Tara. This is one of these things that drives me nuts because it's not something that follows rules. It's not like anything science or math or even, okay, let's say to be a bestseller, you have to sell 10,000 books. And at 10,000 books, it's considered a bestseller. With being an influencer, there aren't those guidelines.
No.
There's nothing that says once you are over 5,000 followers, you're a mini influencer. Once you're over 500,000, you're considered like there's no parameter for being an Okay, but wait.
I have two different thoughts.
Hold on. Because this is going to get into all these people. We're seeing this more and more now. Someone who considers themselves an influencer will go into a restaurant, will go into a business and go, I should get free stuff because don't you know who I am?
Truth.
And the people at the restaurant are like, who are you? We don't know who you are. So, discuss.
Okay. My first thing that I had a thought on, because you were saying, like, there's no, like, standard guide. Like,
Yes.
you have to have so many, whatever, to be considered an influencer.
Followers, subscribers.
So my main thing that I'm thinking about right now is because with different social media platforms, and we've talked about this before about being verified, because a lot of people think that if you're verified, that considers you an influencer.
Get ready for this one, folks.
So with certain like platforms like TikTok, I know has certain guidelines. Like you have to have over 10,000 followers. You have to have posted like 30 times in the last 30 days or something like that. Like you have to have so much engagement from or so many views on like multiple of your videos or something like that, even to be considered to be verified, which also, like I said, a lot of people think that if you're just verified, you are like an influencer. Well, I'm going to tell you that's not true because you can physically buy on Meta.
What?
To be verified. Like it's $25 a month, I think, to be verified.
Kind of like buying your way to a bestseller or an award winner?
Yes. So take that into account. The second thing I wanted to mention, no, don't leave me. So even if you have a certain set of followers, like over 100,000 and stuff, you really need to, like, if you're thinking like, oh yeah, I'm an influencer, like I have so many followers, it's so insane, like all that stuff, look at your analytics. Look at how many of those followers are actually seeing your videos or commenting on them, engaging with them and stuff, because that changes everything. People
It's
just
such
go
a
and
weird
buy
world,
lists
Tara.
of followers now.
Yes.
Like they've been doing that for years. Like I had a
or
client,
bots. They'll have people will just create a whole bunch of bots to go in and watch their stuff.
Yeah.
And
I had friend calling. I had years ago a client that they were really wanting to increase their follower count. It was an event center, I think, and they were really wanting to increase their follower count. So they kept on asking us, like, well, instead of just doing social media, can we just buy a list? And I'm like, what's the point of that? Because you just want the number there? Like, do you need that sort of validation?
But this is it. This is actually really important because when people looking at this as a marketing strategy, where they either want to hire an influencer or they want to become an influencer. So there is something tied to this numbers thing. So buying the followers, so then you can say, all right, I have X number of followers. So let's take a step back. And again, when Tara and I talk about these things, sometimes we're just talking about it like, here's a point of view to consider. But then other times we're talking about it from a place where we've done a little experimenting.
Recon.
Yes. So for instance, myself on TikTok, I had a few videos go viral. It allowed me to get past, I just texted her, let her know we were recording.
I figured you did.
I was able to get, I'm up past currently 10,000 followers. This is going to make noise. Let me make sure. Be quiet. So I am currently at 10.6 thousand followers. And so I can go live. I could monetize all of the things. So that's pretty good. Like 10,000 followers. If I were to tell someone I have 10,000 followers on TikTok, that's impressive. People would be like, if I wanted to get more, I could, because it's a game. This is all a game. And Tara just said something a moment ago, because she said, if you want to get verified, like sometimes it's 30 posts in 30 days. It's a game. This is what I keep saying. Like sometimes people think going viral is you have to have something fantastic. It's playing the game. So I've kind of watched things happening for myself on TikTok. Like I said, I'm at 10,000 followers. I have a video on there currently right now that just keeps growing. I'm at like 153,000. 153,000.
That's crazy.
Likes, views, whatever. So, but what TikTok would want me to do is, to Tara's point, I have to be posting not just once a day, multiple videos a day, and then it'll get pushed out more. And then even when I post videos, it's kind of asking me, do I want more videos to my page? Am I looking to get more followers? Kind of what's my goal? I want you to think about this, because even for you watching and listening, if you have social media, if you are posting on TikTok, if you're posting on Meta, even a little bit with LinkedIn, because the algorithm on LinkedIn has gone wackadoodle right now as well.
True.
YouTube, I'm not sure with YouTube how the algorithm works. Anyhoodly, there are people who want to be influencers as a profession. So they've decided, this is what I want to do. All I'm going to do is post content. I'm just going to post content. I'm going to make videos all the time. And then they're working on brand deals. So if you as a business are thinking, I'm going to hire an influencer. You good?
Yeah, I'm in TikTok. I'm trying to find where like any of the things.
Okay, but let's go back to the numbers for a second, because this is one of these things where, as a business, when you're trying to decide where you want to invest your marketing dollars, where you want to focus on kind of what you want to do, like we've even had this, Tara. We've had where we're talking to people about sponsoring our podcast. And one of the first things they ask is, how many followers
do you have? First question.
But there isn't a universal, or even within the United States, there isn't this is how many followers you have to be a mini influencer. This is how many, like there is no guidelines.
I'm sure somebody out there probably has their own
that they've
created, or probably each brand has like, maybe that's why Monster said no initially, because it's like you didn't have so many. Because I'm assuming when you filled out the form, I was sitting next to you when you filled it out, but I'm assuming that you have to put in, what are your social media handles? What are your
okay, but this is what's interesting. Here's what's interesting with this. And from a marketing perspective, this is where I get a little bit annoyed. How to explain this? When it comes to influencers, like I could drop a name right now of someone who I think is really big on Instagram or TikTok. And someone might be like, there's going to be a lot of you that are like, who is that? I have no idea. I'm like, oh, but they're really big. They're really big. There are so many people right now, Tara, who are really big influencers, who are really popular, but we might not have heard of them.
True.
Because it feels like in the world of advertising and marketing, things have gotten very segmented. Once upon a time when all of us were watching TV every night, we were all seeing the same commercials. It didn't matter if you were on ABC, NBC, CBS, we were all seeing the same commercials.
Now we have 30 different platforms for social media. We have 30 different streaming platforms. We have so many different ways to just take in media on the regular that nobody is seeing the same thing anymore. It's really funny that this is like exactly where this combo is going. Because I was just talking to my husband the other day, and he's like, I don't think I know any actors that are in their 20s. Like, are there any new young actors that are like out there like doing the stuff? And I was like, I mean, there are. I'm sure if I went to go look, I would search up actors in their 20s. And one of the first names that I would see, I'd be like, oh yeah, I remember seeing them and blah, blah, blah. But because what we ended up getting to when we were discussing this, I'm like, we're still following all of the actors and actresses that we were when we started diving into media, like heavy-handed. Because when we were younger, we were outside on trampolines, we were drinking from the hose outside, we were running in between houses, like
reading Reader's Digest.
We're listening to Reading Rainbow or something. But that's when it started getting into that, because then we started getting more into TV and more into media and all that stuff. So like the people that, and I told him, I was like, Leonardo DiCaprio. When I was younger, like in my early teens, like I had a huge crush on him. And I was like, how many movies has this guy been in? Like recently? Like I feel like he's been in a lot of movies. When's the last movie that I even watched with him in it? Inception. When Inception came out. That was probably the last movie that I've ever seen with him in it. And he's been in so many other things.
Okay, but that's still a name that you can name drop, and probably everybody, most everybody will know.
And I started using MCU character actors mostly because that's what we watched all the time. That's what we do watch all the time. So it's like Hugh Hefner, it's Tom Holland, it's Benedict Cumberbatch, like it's
Oh,
Paul Rudd, like it's
Benedict.
all of them. But like those are older, but we grew up with watching all of their stuff.
Okay, let's pull this over. Let's pull this over, Tara, because let's pull this over to the people listening and watching. This is super important. Because then when it comes to marketing, oh no, there's like so much. This is such a big topic because when it comes to marketing, this is why there is no direct way to get to a mass amount of your audience anymore. You can't run a commercial. You can't run something and be like, oh, everyone's going to see this.
Yeah.
And this is what happens all the time when people come up to me and they'll try to name drop. Oh, do you know so-and-so? Do you know whatever? I'm like, no idea who that is. In your world, probably a really big famous person that everyone in your world, your community, your industry, your whatever con, if you're going to a something con, there is a conference, right? Like con, like something con.
A Comic-Con?
Yeah, like there's a con for everything. So you know your people. But when you name drop and I just look at you blank stare, like no clue. No clue what that is. Because, okay, I'm not touch her. Tattoo.
I mean, it's pretty healed right now.
Don't show it yet. We'll have a big reveal coming up.
Sneak peek.
Well, like when you were talking about that stuff to Garrett, I find it's the same thing with music right now. Like I have no idea who current new artists are. Any genre, like country, pop, whatever. I'm like, I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't listen to the radio.
Who are up and coming? Like who are the new artists?
No idea.
So here's where this is going to be the encouragement. Let's flip this. And then I got a really good story. We're going to flip this around because you are a business or you own a business or you work for a business or you're getting into people's business. And you're like, okay, how do we market ourselves? What do we do? And it's just not going to be possible for everybody to know who you are. Maybe over the years, maybe once you become like a Walmart, Home Depot, Nike.
But, okay, so on that forefront, because if you're doing your branding really well, like locally, like that's where it all starts. Like I have a client that I keep telling, like, you really have to like dig your claws into the local community. Well, I have a couple clients that are really diving into local community stuff. So like everybody knows their name. It's like Cheers. So everybody knows your name. Dun, 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 and they're always glad you came. We always, every time we sing that, she always goes up higher. But
I never find the harmony.
That's okay. But anyway, so I'm always telling them to really get community focused, like build those relationships because that's when people start recognizing you. And it was really funny because a few weeks ago, I saw a comment on my local neighborhood group and it was like, hey, I've seen XYZ be recommended so many times on this page before. Can somebody give me like, how was the service? Like, how was your products that you got? Like all of this stuff. But they remembered it because they see the name so many times out there. So that's just a digital way to, build your brand up, but just being community focused and doing different things for local nonprofits or getting in good with your chambers. Like I can tell you very much that when I was diving, well, I still am, but when I started getting really involved with chamber and doing all the things, being on the board, being on the exec board, going to all the events, like everybody just knows you. Like they just know you. So you're building that entire community because you're building brand recognition. Okay. And then it's like, oh, well, I've heard of that person.
Well, I have more questions for you. Because this is just like, there's so much to unpack. Okay, so I have a question for you.
She has a question.
Like, how famous, how well known do you need to be? How do I explain this?
To be an influencer?
If I'm running a business, which I am, but like if I have a business, do I just need to be known in my community to be successful, make enough money? Do I need to be known in my state? Everybody in the state knows my business, knows the country. Like, I think sometimes there is still this mentality of, oh, I need to be famous. I need to build my brand. I want everyone to know who I am across the country. But you need to have a business plan or an idea for your business first.
I was just going to say, you need to have your goals laid out and what you're actually trying to accomplish.
Well, right,
and then
'cause
build what all that looks like around
if
what
you
your
are
goals
a business where you're going to have staff and you're like, okay, I have one location. I'm a restaurant. And right now we're starting and I have 5 employees and this is where we are. But one day I want to have 22 locations with a staff of whatever. Then yeah, you're going to have to get more reach, more exposure, more people are going to have to know you. I am only ever going to be, Princess Paula Consulting is only ever going to be me. I'm not building a franchise or a chain or more princesses. It's just me. So
you might have more princesses.
I can only have so much business.
Enchiladas,
because it's only me. So that's another thing when your business is like, how are you trying to grow? Are you trying to grow so that you have a staff and you have multiple offices and locations?
That's where I start. Well, when I initially started this, it was just going to be me because I was pregnant at the time. It's going to be me. JT. Yes. But I was pregnant at the time with my second. So I was like, I just want to do me. But then after I was like talking with my previous mentor, or she's kind of still my mentor, but after I was talking with her and she's like, well, what do you want to do? Do you want to have a staff? Do you want to do this? And I was like, I don't know. Like, I never really thought about it that far. And then after we kind of got into a groove, after my youngest was born, like, I was like, I'm going to go so hardcore and I'm going to heavy hit and I'm going to just take all the clients and I'm going to do everything and I'm going to rule the world with my business.
Everybody wants to rule the world. Dun, 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 dun. Tara's gonna rule the world.
Not anymore though, because after like I got so many clients, like I had probably over, I don't even know, probably over 100 clients, honestly. And it's just me. It was just me. I wasn't outsourcing anything. I didn't have a staff. And I'm like, as time kept going, I was like, is this fulfilling for me? Like, no, like my goals changed in my business.
But I don't think people are asking those questions, Tara. Like they just think, oh, I want to go viral. I want to have an influencer.
What's the point of going viral? What's the point of being an influencer? Why?
But this is just it. If people
why?
Tell me why ain't nothing but a heartache. And tell me why ain't nothing. We both went into a voice. No, like in all seriousness, if you're sitting there going, I got to get an influencer, I got to go viral, I need all this. Is that what you want for your business? Or if you do blow up as a business and become super popular and have orders for days, are you ready to build the infrastructure you're going to need to support that? Are you ready to bring on staff, do all the things? Because you hire an influencer, you go viral. Like, okay,
I think it depends on the industry, though.
Okay, because I accidentally went viral. I went to a business, I'm not going to give free marketing, but I went to a business locally, made a video. That video has gone viral. And this is going to be a separate because I've been using them now as my test case and I keep in contact with them and they're texting me and I'm watching how it's impacting their business. Is it helping their business this summer? Heck to the yeah. They are texting me and they're like, we're having the best weekends we've ever had to date of owning our business. So is a viral video helping them? Yes. But I also had to have conversations with them going, so by the way, I made this video about your business. It is going viral on multiple platforms. Do you have enough staff ready to deal with this? Because this is going to have an impact on your business, a great impact. Are you ready? What's our numbers at? If you go back.
TikTok is almost at 6,000.
No, it should be 150.
And the views are at 100, almost 155,000.
So they have been texting me, like I'm staying in contact with them, just watching to see how this impacts their business.
How many saves you've had though?
And yeah, and so I'm super happy for the business in how it's impacting them. It's great. It's helping their business. But like I said, I went to see them and I was like, are you ready for the uptick? Do you have enough staff? Do you have enough everything, infrastructure put in place? Okay, story time. I got to tell the story. We're almost out of time.
No.
This was the original story I was going to talk about, because then if you are deciding you're going to look for an influencer, whether it's me or anybody else, if you're going to hire an influencer, realizing that unlike other marketing, so let's say you go and you, I don't know, get stickers made from your local print company and they accidentally print the stickers wrong, well, you'll have to reprint them and deal with that, or story time. So right now, there's a whole thing going around on TikTok right now. If you're not on TikTok, that's okay. I'm going to clue you in. So there's a creator, and her name is Cakes by Katie. And Cakes by Katie makes cake pops. Very big following, very popular for those people. I didn't know about her until this whole brouhaha started. So is she a big influencer and popular? Yes, but again, in her world. So you can be a huge influencer, but you're an influencer in a pod somewhere. Remember that. So Cakes by Katie makes cake pops. And she's using box cake mixes to make her cake pops, which she sells all over. Fantastic. There's another gal, Ashley. Oh, sorry, Ashley. I can't remember what your handle is, what your name is. But Ashley also makes things. So she had gone and seen one of the recipes Cakes by Katie posted, because she always posts her recipes, which are made from a box cake mix. And so she makes these fruity pebble cake pops. So Ashley saw the recipe, kind of grabbed a screenshot, and went and making them. So Cakes by Katie does this video calling her out. I've made a cookbook and those recipes are copyrighted, and you can't take my recipe and make these cake pops yourself. So these are influencers. What they do for a living, like, yes, do they make cake pops? Yes, but they're also an influencer. Oh, has it ever blown up for Cakes by Katie in a bad way? So here's Ashley doing a video crying because she's like, I'm getting all these messages from Katie, and she's coming after me saying that it's a copyrighted recipe and I stole her recipe, and she's bad-mouthing me and that she's going to sue me and everything like this. And people have descended because they're like, A, you cannot copyright a recipe that uses like fruity pebbles and a box cake mix. You cannot do that. Number two, even if you have a recipe in a cookbook, someone can go and make that recipe and like make something and be selling it at a farmer's market. But number three, Cakes by Katie made no pretenses. They went back and watched a whole bunch of her videos, and multiple times she will say, I just took a gummy and now I'm making cake pops. And in the state of Michigan, it is illegal to consume gummies while you are cooking for something you're going to be selling. She is losing all of her brand deals. She is going down so fast because people are saying, first of all, you just went after like another creator. The Fruity Pebbles company is commenting on her thing because they're just like, and everyone's like, it's a box cake mix. This isn't even your recipe that you're making a box cake mix. So I say this for a couple reasons. Number one, if you are going to work with an influencer that's going to represent your brand, know that one of the unique things about using an influencer or a human is it can go down fast. Because if that influencer does some foolish things like taking gummies before they are doing something with your product or whatnot, that's going to be no bueno. Like, that's going to be really bad. But here's the second thing. I'll touch you here. I ended up making a post about this on TikTok because if you've spent more than 5 minutes around me, you'll hear me talk about be the Ferrari, that there's more than enough, that everyone isn't your competition, that rather than competing with the people that do what you do, make them your collaborators, work with them, let them become your referral partners. If Cakes by Katie, rather than going after and attacking someone that is like her, instead of she would have went, oh, here's a fellow like baker, a fellow person that's doing what I do. Let's be friends. Let's do a collab. Let's do like a Zoom video where we're both making these in our own kitchens at the same time. Let's do something fun. It would have built both of their businesses up at the same time, rather than Katie going after Ashley. Yeah, that's Katie.
Yeah.
That's probably her apology video. So instead, because she went after someone that does what she does, she's lost her brand deals. She's losing followers. She's lost respect. It's like, it's so bad. So if you want to be an influencer, know that you got to figure this out. How many followers constitutes being big enough to be an influencer? Don't be a jerk. Too often influencers are like, well, I'm an influencer. Don't be a jerk. People are seeing it more and more. You go into a restaurant, you go into a place, somebody has a camera set up and they're filming because they're an influencer. And too often they think way more highly of themselves than they should.
I agree. I think it's a lot of really understanding too that if you're wanting to be an influencer, you really have to understand that your life gets put on blast. Like, you don't have privacy anymore. I can't tell you how many influencers that I've seen that they end up getting brand deals and stuff like that. And then after however many years, they're just like, they can't deal with it anymore because their life is just, it's scrutinized with everything that they do, every little thing that you do.
Like, that's your job. Sitting that's part of your job.
Going to the store, like kids stuff and all of that. Like, it's all being watched and everybody is like, I've had videos that which is why I don't post anything on my kids anymore. Like, I've had videos that I put out when my youngest was maybe 1. And I put out a video on Instagram, and the amount of engagement that I got on it, and it was just like, she did like a cute little smiley smirk thing or something like that. But the amount of weird dudes that were saving the video took it down. So just be aware, whatever you put online, people are going to see, they're going to comment, they're going to have opinions. So just be prepared for that if you are wanting to be an influencer or a creator in any. I think creator's the more well-known term.
Well, and a final thought with that, it's a job, which means it can be impacted like any other job. And what happens is when the algorithms start changing on these platforms, your job will be impacted. Yeah. I cannot tell you how many content creators, creators, especially on TikTok. I spend a lot of time on TikTok. And watching all of these creators who are losing money by the buckets because they got really popular, they were making a ton of money, they quit their full-time job to become a full-time content creator, but then when the algorithms switch, suddenly they're no longer making the money that they were before. They're still doing everything the same, but the algorithm was like, not today. So you see that in the regular workforce, that maybe there's layoffs or, different things kind of impact your job. But as an influencer or content creator, it's a whole different ball game.
It's a whole different thing. And you just have to stay up on everything all the time because algorithms change all the time. Or if you're even like monetizing any of your stuff, like I know, you just have to have so much content. And I was just watching, we really started getting into a really big influencer. I don't want to call him an influencer. I want to call him a creator. I don't want to say his name though, because I actually think I want to do a whole other episode on him. I guarantee almost everybody in this world knows him. But he was just talking about well, no, I'm going to save it.
Okay, good. Yeah. No, but what she's talking about, so again, for funsies, I'm always trying little experiments and trying things to see what works, what doesn't, what's reality. And the videos that I had go viral on TikTok and on Meta, I went ahead on Meta and I monetized it to see what would happen. And I'm making money. I mean,
it's not a lot of money because
I can go for dinner.
Takes however much of it.
But it was like, it would be possible if I was willing to put the time and effort in. And maybe for some of you, if you have a social media person on staff, that would be a great place for them to be spending their time rather than, oh my gosh, I just thought of something else I want to talk about. Okay, we're out of time. We've just all the topics. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. If you want to like and subscribe and follow, because one day we're going to be big time influencers and you're going to want to say you followed us first because you saw the potential.
You want to be in the OG.
You were here before everyone just jumped on the old bandwagon. Oh, hey, and we'll save that for the end. And also, you can always sponsor a podcast. We'll come to your place, not your house. We'll come to your business. We could come to your house
If you want us to come to your kitchen,
long as you're
we
not
can come
weird.
to your kitchen.
or like. Okay, no, I'm not. I could go dark. Okay, anyway.
Let's not do that.
Thanks for joining us at Royally Unhinged the podcast. I'm one of your podcast co-hosts, Princess Paula, along with my other co-host,
Tara B.
and together the two of us will forever and ever be royally unhinged. I was going to say, every episode we hide a little Dumbledore.
Dumbledore.
Okay, Tara, this person,
Me.
this chica, is a huge Harry Potter fan. So that's why there's always Harry Potter references, backdrops, whatever.
This is a reference. This is not copyright. This
No.
is my
It's
own.
an ode
to Dolby.
yes.
Soak.
A master gave me a sock. Dobby is a free elf. So there's always something Harry Potter-esque, because there's no magic in marketing, but there is not. So there's always a Dumbledore hidden somewhere. And today, Cindy!
It's right there.
He's hidden here, Cindy.
I
Did
feel
you
like
find
this
him?
one might be a little bit more difficult because we're in
Good.
a not well-known
In
place,
case you
but
haven't figured
maybe
this
not.
out, we're not in the studio today. What? Yeah, there's some construction going on in the studio. So instead,
We're here.
we're in a different place. That's all we got, folks.